Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit horrible or a bit weird, but I woke up this morning and I have got a horrible cold. But I'm going to carry on anyway, because I love what I do. So today we're going to carry on with our Valentine series, and we are on project number 6, and I thought it was about time we made a greeting card, a Valentine's card. So that's what we're going to do today. It's going to be a 6x6 gatefold card. Now, there are quite a few measurements. If you're going to do it this way, there are quite a few measurements, but they will, as usual, or as always, they will be in the description box below. So don't worry about writing them down. They'll all be there for you. So the first thing you will need is 2 pieces of card. I'm using white card for my base, but you can use whatever you like. And they need to be 6 by 9 inches. And you need to score at 3 inches on each piece. Just one 3-inch score line on each piece. And what we're going to do, we're going to lay one over the other. I've already put some double-sided tape onto one piece, but to give it a bit more slipperiness, I don't think that's such a word, but it should be. Just a bit more tight, slipperiness, I like that word, we're going to stick with it. To give us a bit more time to get it into place, I'm also going to put some glue. We crafters, we create our own words as we go along, well I do anyway. So what you do is you just line that up with the other score line and place it down. And if you've got the glue, you've got a bit of wiggle room, you've got time to get it into place. And so that is the base of your card, and it will close very nicely. Now, just a tip for you, if it doesn't close, if you don't get your gatefolds exactly together, all you need to do is on the top bit, just cut off a tiny sliver, about a 1/16 of an inch. Just a tiny sliver, but that seems to have behaved itself quite nicely. So I'm going to leave it like that. And I think we'll deal with the front first, and then we'll work on the inside, because we're going to put quite a bit of decoration on the inside here, and I'm leaving the back blank to write the message. So the first thing you will need, I'm actually using my nesting heart dies. I haven't used them. Do you know what? I'm going to bring you in just a tiny weeny bit. That's better, so that you can see what I'm going to be doing. That's better. I'll pull you out again. We'll go out a bit later. But the first thing you will need is a heart shape, and I'm going to do 2 layers for this, and the first die is 5 3/4 by 5 inches. So I was just having a look at my measurements. I've done this first, my base card, in glitter card, but you don't have to use glitter card. You can use whatever you like, whatever you've got. Use whatever you've got. I have to confess, I ran out of red, so I had to pop into town yesterday and get some more red card. But of course you can't just buy red card, well at least in my town you can't, unless you get the great big sheets. You have to buy multi-pack, so I've now got stacks and stacks and stacks of card. And what we're going to do with this one, just to make it a bit easier, because we're going to cut it in a minute, but first of all, fold it. You can put it in your scoreboard if you want to, but I've never found that necessary. Just fold it down the middle like that, and then open it out again, and then take your scissors, or you can use a trimmer if you want to. I'm going to use scissors, and we're just going to cut down that score line like that. And if I can find it, oh there it is. I do try to be organised, it doesn't always work though. And what we're going to do, we're going to put these 2 halves on the front of our card like that. So I'm actually going to, I was actually going to use glue, but I didn't get my glue dish out, and it's right on the other side of the studio, so I'm going to use red runner tape. So best laid plans and all that, but that's all right. This is a new one, so hopefully it'll stay the course. And I'm going to put that there, just line it up right to the edge and lay it down like that. It doesn't matter if it's not dead central, as long as it stays within the perimeter of your card. And then we're going to do the same, pardon me, on the other one. Just put some adhesive on it. And of course, when you put your second one on, the only consideration you need to make is to make sure it lines up with the first. And so, close your gatefold. It can be a bit tricky, but you'll get there in the end. Line it up so that it looks like a heart. So you can fiddle with it if you want. You can put, if you're going to use tape like I did, you could put glue on top. But I decided not to do that this time. Well, I didn't think of it. I didn't decide, I didn't think of it. But there we go. So there is our heart. So when you open it, it looks like that. But we're not finished yet. You can leave it like that if you want to. But I've decided to go one step further. And for your second heart, if you're going to do this, you'll need another heart die, which measures, oh, pardon me, if my voice holds it up to the end of this video, 4 3/4 by 3 3/4 inches. And again, all of this will be in the description box below. And what I've done with this one, I've cut it in half, but then, I'm not sure if you can see, I've scored it at 1/2 inch. So you score it at 1/2 inch. I'll just check that I've put that. Yes, I have. Score it at 1/2 inch. I was just checking that I put that in my notes so that I don't forget to put it in the description box. So what we do is that 1/2 inch, there, if I hold it that way, you can see it. We're going to, again, run some adhesive, but we're only going to run adhesive down that score line, or down that little 1/2 inch section. We're not going to glue this one flat. So what I'm going to do is keep all the adhesive inside. We're going to stick that again up to the gatefold area, but this time we're going to keep that bit raised, so it's a sort of a bit 3D. So it's not flat, it gives a bit of dimension. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So again, put your adhesive on, just on that little flap. And close your card, line it up so that it marries up, so that when you have a closed card, it doesn't matter if you've got a bit of the other card showing, that's fine. So just line it up like that. And that's not quite to the edge, but it doesn't matter. So actually, I don't mind that little bit of line, it looks quite nice. So then you've got a slightly 3D heart. Now, if you want to dress that up further, you can. I'm actually going to leave it like that. And what we're going to do now is we're actually going to work and do some detail on the inside. So I'll just pop that up there for a moment. Now, this is where there's quite a few measurements, but again, they will all be in the description box if you want to take it this far. So the first thing you will need is, you'll need 4 hearts, and you need to cut 2 of these. And your first one will be 4.5 by 3 1/4. And again, as I say, you will need to cut 2. But we're not cutting these. I mean, you need to make two of these, because we're going to put 1 on each side. And what we're going to do, we're going to put this all together first, and then we'll put it into our card. So your first heart, as I say, is 4.5. Yes, 4.5 by 3 1/4. And what you need to do, you just need to fold it like that. It will just make it easier when you put it together. And I'm using alternate glitter card and plain red card for this, but that you can use, as I say, use what you've got, or whatever you like to use. Your second heart shape will be 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And again, you're going to fold that in half and take it out and unfold it. But what we're going to do with this one, we are going to run our adhesive just down where we've folded our card, like that. And then what we're going to do, now where's my ball tool? There it is. We're going to lay it in so that there's a bit of a border, so that you can see a border, so that the larger heart creates a border for the second one. That's how we're doing this. And just line the score. It is actually important to line the score lines up, and you'll see why when we put it inside the card. And I'm using a ball tool, but you can use the back of a teaspoon. You can use a closed pen with the nib in. Anything with a small point, or a pair of scissors put together, but do be careful you don't cut it if you use scissors. And we're just going to score it like that and glue it together. And then I have got a third one, and again we're going to fold it and open it out, and this measures 3 by 2 1/4. And again we're going to run some adhesive down the back, lay it in the middle like that, and I'm going to use my ball tool as I've got hold of it. I do like that scratchy sound that the glitter card makes, and if you give a bit of a crease, it'll actually help it when it goes inside the card. And I'm using a 4th one, so if you're going to use your 4th die on this size, it's 2 1/4 by 1 3/4. So that's why I said, you know, it'll be in the description, because there are quite a lot of measurements, but that's the last of the measurements. There aren't any more. That's it for the measurement. And we're going to just line that up like that. Again, I'm going to use my ball tool to define that crease. So you will have a piece that now looks like that and doesn't sit flat, but just comes up a little bit. And then with your other set, you make another one of these exactly the same. So I'm not going to make you sit there and watch me make another one. So you make another one exactly the same, and then what you do, now we're going to bring this all together. We are nearly done. Now I'm going to use, because I forgot to get my glue tray out, I'm going to use my tape runner, but I'm also going to pop a bit of glue on it. Oh, sorry. Let me pop that up there a minute. But all I'm actually doing is putting glue on over the tape. So I use my tape runner and I'm putting glue, but what we do here, it doesn't matter which side you start because they're both going to look the same. Let's go from left to right. So where you've scored all your lovely hearts, or whatever shapes, you don't have to use hearts, of course, you can use whatever you like. Make sure your score lines line up with the score line that you made on your card. And this first one, this largest one, is going to sit flat to the card, and these will just raise up ever so slightly. So you can do that. And we're going to do the same on the other one. Just take your adhesive. I'm going to do what I did before. Oh, let me just pop that up so you can see what I'm doing. We are going to just pop some runner tape on there. I must get some more runner tape when I go into town later today. This is my last one. So sorry about my creaky table. It's like me, getting old. So we're going to put some glue on the back of there, just to make it a bit more slippery. And bring that back in. And again, line up the score lines. When you're happy that your score lines are in alignment, when they will line up, you can just pop this base card down, this base heart down, this first one, and you will have 2 lovely hearts like that. So when you close your card, you can put a belly band around it if you want to. I'm actually not going to, because I'm going to display it open. And so when you open it up, you can just push that out if it doesn't go out the first time. Once the glue dries, it'll open better. And that is it. So we have our lovely detail on the front. Open it up, and we have the hearts inside. And there is our Valentine's card. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to push that right down and bring in our hamper, because what I have done, I have slightly rearranged some of it. If you've been following this series, oops, there goes my glue, never mind. If you've been following this series, you will have seen how I've arranged it. And he's determined not to stay put, but never mind. What I've done is I've put the flowers, this little mini bouquet, in the middle, so that these don't tilt. And what I'm going to do with our card, I am going to close it, and I'm going to just lay it like that for now. I'm going to just wedge it under the... You see that? I've just wedged it underneath our cracker. So there is our card. And when you come back tomorrow, that was project number 6, by the way. I don't think I said that at the beginning. Can't remember. But that was project number 6. So do come back and see what I get up to tomorrow when we do project number 7. And I'll see you then. Thank you. So thank you for watching. And in the meantime, take care. I hope you're enjoying this and making your own Valentine's hamper. Have fun. And as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.